Shalom. First off, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the hopeful elect that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And to all my brothers out here preaching this truth to you, I say Shalom. This is Amatazar from the Chicago camp, coming back at you again with another lesson entitled, Eat What You Want, Esau. It doesn't matter. Okay? Let me fix that. Okay? Eat what you want. Okay? Now, in this thumbnail here, okay, you see this guy, no shirt on. He's got beads on his neck, and he's got these shades, okay, and a cowboy hat. It's some kind of like pride parade or some type of, you know, you know, sweet sugar in the tank event, and you have a Christian street preacher, okay, with a microphone running around. I guess he's trying to call himself trying to convert, witness, or preach to people. So I I didn't put the video up here, all right, but you can see in the thumbnail. You can go look at it if you like. Um, so anyway, as he's preaching to these people, the man goes, "What did you eat for breakfast?" So he told him what he ate. He said he ate some sausage. He said, "Now you ate some pork. Now you in other words," he said, you breaking the law, but you coming down here trying to preach to me about me being, you know, a, a butt wrangler." In other words, you got to get your own house in order. You sinning yourself. That's what he was telling them. Okay. So the Edomite responded. Okay. He said that it's not what goes into your mouth that defiles a man, but what comes out. Okay. Once again, here you have Esau taking the scriptures and mangling them up to suit his purpose. Okay? That's not what that means. Okay? That's not what that means at all. So I say, you know what? Eat what you want to eat, Esau. Believe what you want to believe because the time is short. Some years back, my grandmother, uh, she ended up dying of breast cancer. I remember going to visit her, and when she went to the doctor for the last time, and they told her, they say, you can eat whatever you want, eat whatever makes you happy, because it was nothing else they could do for her. All right, so they told her, they say, it's eat what you want. It don't matter what it is, because she was too far gone. And they say in your last days, you just, hey, eat what you want, make yourself happy. All right, and that's what I'm saying to you, Esau. Eat what you want, because it don't matter. See, the Lord didn't give these scriptures and this law to you. Okay, He gave them to the Israelites because He knew that you would twist them and pervert them. All right, so this lesson is for um, the Israelites, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, West Indian, Haitians, under the sound of my voice, that's listening. Okay, the same for Esau. Let him eat what he want. Let him believe what he want. This is Sirach 32:17. A sinful man will not be reproved, but findeth an excuse according to his will. You see that? A sinful man ain't gonna change. And Esau Edom is that sinful man. He gonna always find an excuse according to his will. This is Psalms 147:19. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye Yahweh. All right, you can believe that or not. You can say, oh, that's the Old Testament, that's Psalms. Okay? But the Lord don't change. Okay? He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye Yahweh. It's very clear, all right, that Esau, Edom, he doesn't understand the scriptures, and neither does he want to. And it's not given to him to understand it. He's going to do what he wants to do. He's going to do what he does, and just let him do it. But you don't let him interpret these scriptures for you. All right. This is Psalms 103:7. He made known his ways unto Moses, his acts unto the children of Israel. Baruch 3:35. This is our power, and there shall none other be accounted of in a comparison of him. He hath found out all the way of knowledge, and hath given it unto Jacob, his servant, and to Israel, his beloved. All right. So these laws, statutes, and commandments was given to the Israelites. Right. This is Sirach 18:1. He that liveth forever hath created all things in general. The Lord Yahweh only is righteous, and there is none other but he, who governeth the world with the palm of his hand, and all things obey his will. For he is the King of all, by his power dividing holy things among them from profane. All right. And that the holy from the profane also extends, of course, to the people. He has a holy people. All right. He has profane people. All right. He got people who he love and separated. He got people who he hated and put by. This is Leviticus 11:7. And the swine, though he divide the hoof and be cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud. He is unclean to you. Of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch. They are unclean to you. This is Hebrews 12:16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. Okay? And that profane goes into quite a few things. It goes into defilement. It goes into common and being the lowest or base. Okay? It also goes into being outside the temple. Okay? So no matter what, Esau gonna always be on the outs. All right? Now, when it comes to uh, swine, these devils took the Apocrypha out of the Bible. Okay? So in most people's Bibles, all right, you have Genesis through Malachi, and then after that, you have Matthew through Revelation. Okay, if you don't have the Apocrypha, there's things that you don't understand. There's things that you haven't put together. Now, when you have the Apocrypha, all right, say you got the 1611 King James Bible that had the Apocrypha. The Apocrypha tells you in the book of Second Maccabees, it talks about there's two memorials, two examples of how this devil tried to force us to eat swine's flesh. Okay, so these people didn't die in vain because the Lord gave them memorials. This is Second Maccabees 6:18. Eleazar, one of the principal scribes, an aged man and of a well-favored countenance, was constrained. Okay, that means they held him down to open his mouth and to eat swine's flesh. But he, choosing rather to die gloriously than to live stained with such an abomination, spit it forth, and came of his own accord to the torment. For it becometh not our age, said he, in any wise to dissemble, whereby many young persons might think that Eleazar, being fourscore years old, okay, so 4 times 20, 80 and 10, 90, were now gone to a strange religion. And so they through mine hypocrisy, and desire to live a little time and a moment longer should be deceived by me, and I get a stain to my old age and make it abominable. All right, so he's looking at his age, and he's saying that, hey, I could cause other people to fall, you know. For though for the present time I should be delivered from the punishment of men, yet should I not escape the hand of the Almighty, neither alive nor dead. Wherefore now manfully changing his life, changing this life, I will show myself such as one as my age required, and leave a notable example to such as be young to die willingly and courageously for the honorable and holy laws. And when he had said these words, immediately he went to the torment. They that led him changed the good will they bare him a little before into hatred, because the foresaid speeches proceeded, as they thought, from a desperate mind. But when he was ready to die with stripes, he groaned and said, it is manifest unto the Lord Yahweh, that hath the holy knowledge, that whereas I might have been delivered from death, I now endure sore pains in body by being beaten, but in soul am I well content to suffer these things, because I fear him. And thus this man died, leaving his death for an example of a notable courage and a memorial of virtue, not only unto young men, but unto all his nation. All right, a memorial of virtue is something to be remembered. Okay, something to be remembered. This is Second Maccabees 7:1 in closing. It came to pass also that 7 brethren and their mother were taken and compelled by the king against the law to taste swine's flesh, and were tormented with scourges and whips. Okay? All right, these people didn't die in vain so you can eat fucking pork. All right? Now, Esau, you want to eat the shit, eat it. Eat what you want. Okay? Because it doesn't matter. All right? Just like a person who gets the doctor's report and there's nothing else they can do for them. They say, hey, you eat what you want. Just eat what you want. All right, the doctor report is out, Esau, and it ain't nothing that anybody can do for you. You eat what you want. I pray that this lesson has been edifying. To the next one, Shalom.